Welcome to History with Master Squishies. In today's video, we'll be covering the history of the T-26, we'll be going over who made it, the design, what nations used it, some of the battles it took place in, and how it performs in-game. To start off, the T-26 was a Soviet light tank developed off the British Vickers Mark E light tank during the interwar period. This tank would replace the older MS-1 or T-18 light tank to provide close support for combined arms. The first 15 T-26 tanks were designed by Vickers Armstrongs and sent to the Soviet Union. Following 4 units arriving at the end of 1930, the designs were refitted for Soviet manufacturing, and the new designs were made by OKMO in Leningrad. Production of the T-26 started in 1931 and was called the T-26 Mod 1931. It featured a twin turret design mounted with a DP-27 or DP-28 machine gun in each turret. This design had total production number from 1931 to 1934 of 2,038 units. In 1933, a new variant called the T-26 Mod 1933 featured a new single turret design mounted with a 45mm M1932 19K anti-tank gun, also known as the 20K. And the total production number for this model and its radio upgraded model was 18,079 total. At the Stalingrad Tractor Factory, or STZ, attempted to produce the T-26, but were slow in production due to delays in machining equipment. Instead, they designed experimental tanks starting in 1936. One, for instance, was the STZ-25 or T-25, which used the T-26 turret, rear hull, engine, and some transmission details. In total, there were 8 variants produced among all the T-26 models, but in this video, I'm not going to be covering them all. The T-26 Mod 1931 was equipped with a twin turret mounted with a DP-27 or DP-28 machine gun in each turret. It had a maximum of 15mm of armor and a minimum of 6mm of armor. Had a crew of 3, a weight of 8.2 tons, a length of 4.65 meters or 15.3 feet, a width of 2.44 meters or 8 feet, a height of 2.24 meters or 7.4 feet, and a max speed of 19.3 miles per hour on-road and 9.9 miles per hour off-road. The T-26 Mod 1933 was equipped with a single turret mounted with a 45mm M1932 19K anti-tank gun, also known as a 20K, and a secondary DP-27 or DP-28 machine gun. The armor, crew, weight, length, height, and speed are all the same as the 1931 variant. Next, we'll move on to its operational history. The T-26 was used by the Soviet Union, the Spanish Republic, the Spanish Nationalists, Nationalist China, Finland, Germany, the Kingdom of Hungary, the Kingdom of Romania, and Turkey. The T-26 first saw combat in the Spanish Civil War against the Panzer I light tank and the CV-33 tanklet used by the Spanish Nationalists. It was used in the Second Sino-Japanese War under the Chinese, especially in the Battle of Kunlun Pass. It was used by the Soviets in the Soviet-Japanese border conflict, in the Battle of Lake Khasan, and the Battle of Koklin Gol, where they suffered losses to bottle bombs, also known as Molotov cocktails. It was used in the Soviet invasion of Poland, where they suffered significant losses. It was used in the Continuation War against Finland, and finally in Operation Barbarossa, in battles like the Battle of Moscow and the Battle of Stalingrad. Finally, we'll move on to how it performed in War Thunder versus how it performs historically. The T-26 in War Thunder appears to be the T-26 Mod 1933, and it's done really well. The armor is perfect, and the speed is almost right, with it being 18.6 miles per hour instead of 19 miles per hour. The main gun is right, with it being a 45mm M1932 19K anti-tank gun, also known as the 20K, and a secondary DP-27 or DP-28 machine gun. Since they don't have a Mod 1931 in-game, I can't compare it to anything. All in all, the T-26 is really well done in game, and I don't see any major changes that need to be done. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, squish that like button, subscribe, and let me know what you want to hear about next. I'll see you in the next one.